Good morning, Vietnam. I'm back again, and I am post-recording the introduction to the podcast I did being critical of Dr. Mike. I find that too many of his podcasts are misleading and giving false information, especially when he has absolutely no expertise. So this is going to be the introduction to the second part of the longer podcast I did of him, and this one's going to be about his criticism of John Oliver, and it will go into that original recording now. So I'm back. Now I recall it was about part of it was about a report or a questionnaire that was done by doctors or second-year residents. And John Oliver was discussing how doctors treat patients differently depending on their skin color. Of course, we live in a racist world. Of course they're going to treat them differently. But how do you change it? Dr. Mike, you talked a lot about the medical care African Americans get, even though at one stage you called them Africans. Of course they go to hospitals and clinics that don't have the best doctors in the country, that have probably got a very, very high workload. But what happened? Where did they all go? The same thing in Australia, where I grew up. What happened to the medical system? What happened? Well, in LA, where I lived for 33 years, in the 80s, late 80s, early 90s, they closed, I think all except one of the county hospitals. Why? Because they're expensive to run. And the government and the county of LA refused to fund them further. Where is all our federal taxes going? Where are all our state taxes, city taxes going? Well, in regard to the city taxes, I worked as a structural engineer there, as a general contractor there, as an architectural designer there, and I visited the city of LA many, many times, a few hundred times, to get difficult permits, easy permits. Most people hired me to get the hard permits, and to convert apartments to condominiums. These guys that work for the city, they make so much money. Why do government employees make all this money? I have no idea. But it's the retirement package, stupid. The guy works all his life and gets Social Security. These government workers for the city of LA, they're guaranteed like something after 10 years, 70% of their salary on retirement. But they can't keep the county hospitals open. So that means there's all these smaller clinics, smaller doctors, I won't say less educated. These are doctors that have been educated just like you, Dr. Mike. But they didn't go to UCLA, for example. I don't know where you graduated from. So the next point about the John Oliver interview was a questionnaire. I mean, you were a total apologist for almost everything that Oliver said. Well, you know, they can get 10% of the questions wrong. Why would they be getting any question wrong? I don't know if African Americans have thicker skin. I don't know if they have bone density. So why would they be asking second-year residents? All these answers are almost racist. Why? Unbelievable. And all you kept apologising for the questionnaire. I mean, dude, snap out of it.